Sri Lanka is located off the southern tip of India. Because of its shape, it is known as the jewel of the Indian Ocean. It is strategically located on trade routes between the European and Middle Eastern countries in the west and Asian and South Asian countries in the east. As a result, it became a diverse country infused with many ethnicities and religions. From India came Buddhism and Hinduism. The Arab traders brought their Islamic culture and religion. The Portuguese colonists introduced Roman Catholicism, and the Dutch brought Protestantism along with forts and fortifications. Finally, the English colonized the island, calling it Ceylon, and introducing the Church of England, as well as tea, for which the island is justly famous. Sri Lanka is known for its beautiful scenery, rich cultural heritage, and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. This video of our 3-week trip is divided into 7 parts. We started in Colombo, the country's largest city and the capital during British rule. We then were driven to the beautiful hill country and the very British-feeling town of Nuwara, Elliya. Our next stop was Kandy, a major city and former capital. The 4th area of exploration was called the Cultural Triangle, a region near the center of the island that's known for its ancient cities, temples, and is of historic significance. The 5th area was the East Coast, a region whose development was slowed by a brutal civil war from 1983 to 2009. The 6th region was the South, known for its beaches and the historic Dutch fort town of Glal. Our last day involved driving up the west coast to the town of Negombo, situated north of Colombo and close to the airport. Colombo is a bustling, ethnically diverse city that is the commercial heart of the island. Like many large cities, it does have its share of skyscrapers and fancy shops. However, for us, the soul of Colombo lies in its chaotic traffic, its small shops jammed together selling all manner of goods, its narrow lanes bustling with activity, and its temples and mosques. Here are some highlights. While we did experience travel by tuk-tuk, which was fun, we preferred walking around the city in order to experience its vibe. Peta Market's most famous landmark is the red and white candy-striped Jami-ul-Alfa Mosque, which rises dramatically above the bustling streets. It can accommodate over 10,000 worshippers. The Buddhist Gangaramaya temple complex offers a peaceful escape for worshippers. Its mix of Sri Lankan, Thai, Indian, Chinese architecture embodies the city's cultural diversity. And the nearby Sima Malakaya temple is especially serene at night. Built for telecommunications, the Lotus Tower has become a major landmark. It is 1,168 feet high and consists of a lotus-shaped structure at the top, symbolizing purity in Sri Lankan culture. It's not much during the day, but it's particularly colorful at night. Nuwara Elliya is nestled high in the verdant mountains of central Sri Lanka and is surrounded by picturesque tea plantations covering the hillsides. But before we proceed, I'll take a moment to acknowledge the women who pick the tea leaves on these plantations. Predominantly from the Tamil ethnic group, these women typically have to pick 40 pounds of tea to earn their wages, which amount to about $5 or $6 a day. Their workday starts from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and involves back-breaking labor. Additionally, they must tend to their household chores before and after their grueling day. We enjoyed an engaging visit to a Damro tea processing facility where we gained a deeper appreciation for the intricate process of tea production. Damro offers a variety of tea products, including black tea, white tea, green tea, and flavored teas. Nuwara, Elliya, known as Little England, still has elements of its British Hill Country origins. However, for us, the main reason for our stay was to do a hike at World's End in Horton Plains National Park. In addition, our itinerary included an atmospheric train ride from Nuwara, Elliya to Kandy. Located approximately 30 kilometers from Nuwara, Elliya, Horton Plains National Park is a protected area and a UNESCO World Heritage Site recognized for its ecological importance. The park, situated at an elevation of around 7,000 feet, boasts a plateau of rolling grasslands interspersed with forested areas. World's End features a 9-kilometer hike with interesting terrain. There's an 850-meter high cliff offering panoramic views of the valleys and mountains. About halfway along is the picturesque Baker Falls. These carnivorous plants eat insects that get trapped in their sticky nectar.
Beautiful clear water, and I'm sure cold. We're not going in.
We had a delightful train ride from Nuwara, Elliya to Kandy. Although we could only secure third-class seats, it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, since it offered us a more genuine travel experience. This was the tastiest samosa we've ever had. These freshly made peanuts came in homemade bags made from the pages of a computer game instruction manual. This adventurous couple, who we met at our B&B, were traveling around the country by tuk-tuk. Kandy was the last capital of the ancient Sinhalese kingdom. It is encircled by misty mountains and tea plantations, and it possesses a blend of ancient traditions with modern life. Kandy's crown jewel is the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of Buddhism's most venerated sites. The 17th century temple complex was formerly a royal palace. It is a masterpiece of Kandyan architecture with intricate wood carvings, golden ornaments, and a myriad of rooms for devotions. At its core lies a sacred treasure, the relic of Lord Buddha's tooth. The story behind this relic is fascinating, but is too long to tell here. Thousands of devotees and visitors flock to the temple to pay homage and make offerings of fragrant flowers. The reverence that devotees have is palpable. The ritual known as puja involves the beating of drums which echo throughout the temple. During puja, the heavily guarded room housing the tooth is open to devotees and tourists. You don't actually see the tooth, since it is kept in a gold casket shaped like a stupa that's inside the room. Kandy's historic central market continues to thrive. As day breaks, the market springs to life, and vendors arrange pyramids of ripe fruits, vegetables, and spices, fresh and vibrant. A few kilometers from Kandy's bustling center lies a botanical masterpiece, the Peridenia Royal Botanical Gardens. Spanning 147 acres, it contains an extensive collection of over 4,000 plant species. The research performed by the scientists at the gardens is world-renowned. We were extremely fortunate to have the former head botanist of the gardens, Mr. Bandara Palipana, as our guide. The garden's orchid house has over 300 varieties of orchids, all of them wonderful specimens. This remarkable coco de mer palm is found naturally only on 2 islands in the Seychelles archipelago.